Hello, everybody. Thursday, day 7 of lockdown. It's the 2nd of April. We made it through the first week, and we've got 2 more weeks to go of lockdown until hopefully we can return to some semblance of normalcy and some measure of freedom in our daily lives again. Until then, I will be with you every day. This is Lockdown with Amanda, and I hope that you have enjoyed. You can see I need to visit my hairdresser. I hope you've enjoyed the videos, and yeah, do me a favor, subscribe to the channel. Like the video, share them, comment, send me an email, go and watch day 4. If you need some help, there's an invitation for you that I will be available to assist you in this time. So today I want to talk about something, that I have struggled with often in my life, and that I know that can be a really big problem for many of us, and that is when we go into emotional lockdown. It's bad enough that we are physically locked down right now. The last thing we have to do is to, on top of social distancing, to do emotional distancing as well. We need to be part of a community. We need other people to know how we are doing, to know where we are at, and we need to be willing to make ourselves vulnerable. And when I say make yourself vulnerable, I don't mean rush out there and bare your heart to all and sundry. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying that you need someone that you can trust. You need someone that you can share the things that God is doing in your heart right now, because I know that He is. He's not wasting this time, and He's working in our hearts. He's working in our lives. And you know what came to me this morning was the scripture, and I didn't look it up. I'll write it in the in the description box, but about a divided heart. The Lord calls us to live with a heart that is not divided, to love Him with our whole heart, to serve Him with our whole heart. And often when we have brokenness or wounds, it will cause us to live with divided hearts. So that is something that I want to address also a bit later on. But here's the thing. We need to be willing to make ourselves vulnerable and to reveal those issues in our hearts so that we can get healing. The Lord doesn't work with us in either physically or emotionally or spiritually isolated lives. We are in a lockdown right now, but this is not normal in the kingdom. This is not how life is supposed to be. But God will take it and He will use it to His benefit. And He will, and to our benefit, He will use it to work in us and to bring about change in our hearts if we are willing to do that. So if you are inclined to isolate yourself when you are going through difficult things, and that has been my thing my whole life. I mean, you could have just given me a crown and called me Queen of Isolation. Whenever I went through something difficult, I would just draw back into my shell. I would shut down. I would not speak to anybody. I would not go anywhere. I would not allow anyone into my heart. And the Lord really had to deal with that. He really had to bring me to a place of healing where I was willing to make myself vulnerable to those around me and to allow the Lord to use other people in my healing process. And that is what I want to encourage you today to do, is to allow the Lord to use people in your healing process. And I want to just tell you, you are not alone. So I want to show you something. Look at this little ribbon, a little white ribbon. Now, this ribbon appeared supernaturally in my home last week, Tuesday morning. It must have happened sometime during the night. I was sitting on my couch on Monday evening listening to our president speaking and announcing the lockdown, and this ribbon was not there. I did not own a ribbon like this. And it didn't fall out from anything. It just, I went and I sat there on Tuesday morning with my coffee as usual, and I looked and it was lying. This ribbon was lying on my journal. And it wasn't there. It was not there, I promise you. I never owned a ribbon like that. No one gave me a ribbon like this. I've recently moved and unpacked all my stuff, and I have not owned a ribbon like this. And I believe that it was the Lord's way of saying, you are not alone. It's one of the things, at least, that he was saying. He wanted to get my attention. He wanted me to know that even though I am locked down, he can still get to me. Isn't that funny? I just thought about that. So even though you are locked down, God's got your number. He's got your address, and he can get to you. Let this ribbon be a reminder to you, as it is to me. God's got your address. He's got your number. He wants to heal your heart. He wants to touch you. He wants to hold you in his embrace, and he wants to help you to deal with the stuff that is surfacing in this time of physical isolation, to bring you into healing and to bring you in a place where you can move forward. So this is me for today. And I want to pray over you that each one of you will experience that God is present, that God can get to you, that God's got your number, that God's got your address, and that he loves you and that he wants to be with you and help you in this time. Don't isolate yourself emotionally, okay? That's my pro tip for the day. Remove your crown. No longer be the queen or king of isolation. No emotional distancing in this time. Speak to you again tomorrow. Bye-bye.